like what they have. You've got great front line, you've got some different avenues of engage. You've got hard commit engage, you've also just got throw out a charm, see if it hits, then we can potentially start the fight. You've got a lot of survivability.
Hover across that top lane against Sion, very, very tanky, but bot lane a little low here. Walking into it. Early damage from the Smolder over top, and it's going to be the Sneeze that gets the damage. Shield taken down, and first blood to Xiaoye. They're going to get both.
Okay.
It is going to come at the cost of YCX, but a 2-for-1 to the Smolder.
Still, that's going to be Feather picking up that kill. Not ideal whatsoever. And yeah, as much as Smolder is really found ways to fully get involved, they're getting very close to level 6 now. Hung actually is going to tick that level 6, so he's going to be in a very strong spot when he comes across Junhao right now.
As that ultimate is going to pop it with the love heart. No love lost here. Bashes him to the ground. Doesn't matter if the Ahri's in the area. That's a Kiana first kill to them. Third for the team. And they want even more. Luckily, the Ahri has the escape tool.
That is going to be recognized here by LGD, and Hung just going to start this one up. Should be able to secure it nicely for the squad. But now, because you do have your bot lane towards the bottom side of the map for LGD,
but right now we've got to send our spotlight down towards the river. Drake has spawned here, and it looks like ThunderTalk trying to posture first.
Yeah, I mean, Tonguan right now looking like he's just going to try push through this top wave and then potentially teleport on down. He is going to pop the teleport now, but it does mean that LGD are going to be second to this objective.
Jumping in first, Supreme Display will go, and it stuns out everybody, but the execution grabs them in and yoinks them back. It's already a takedown here of the health bars down to half. The Sion, the front line, has already disappeared, and LGD have come for their bounty. They'll take their Drake and head out for even more.
That's just bullying right there. I mean, LGD, they get their second, which usually gives you a departure from what they looked like during Split 1. Because during Split 1, the thing that they were best for was just going in. Right now, they look scared. Now they're going to try for a little bit of an engage, but again, it's onto YCX. That's the second time the initial engage has gone onto the support.
Just the hook is all that's used. Maybe they catch him here. The Aatrox, they use everything to jump him, and they're going to try and chase down the Smolder.
Oh,
Not
no!
a lot of resources in the area. Missed, and the Sneeze back obliterates the health bars. But this is a 2v4 with no more resources in the back line. LGD toss away 2 members' lives.
There we go. They hear us talking.
That's a nice bit of gold to your Ambessa. But at the same time, again, at face value, you are down 2 members. Your Smolder is not that strong.
No, this is not the sort of situation where you want to just be relying on the Smolder damage right now. Once again, everybody going to be trying to jump Xiaoye. He's having to turn tail, and that's just going to expose YCX again.
Junhao popped the ultimate and is on the chase down here.
Completely off vision because, yeah, this is a leisurely stroll right now from Junhao walking on over.
Oh.
How much does it have? How much does it have? Yeah, I mean, oof. Although,
okay. Hung is here, and they're just going to burst it down for free, so... Hey,
okay.
5k damage on it does enough, and they got their third.
And LGD, as much as they lost a couple of kills, they've been able to retain control over this game. Still 3k up. Now, a potential jump right here onto Tonguan. He's going to be able to get back over the wall, though, and should be able to rejoin his team. And now, it could be a big skirmish right here around the Atakan.
Already using the heals as well.
Members away from this big skirmish down towards the bottom side. Going to get down below half health, but now you are going to be able to get back through.
Mom called in, 6k HP, and jumping early on the Sion who's half, and a nice hook delivers! But it's YCX who takes it too far. Already a member down, but do they have the damage? Atakan burned down from LGD. From the front line, the Ambessa is destroyed! World Ender activated. The talent is supreme, but the health bars are still good from ThunderTalk. They've got the damage. Do they wish to go into the Smolder is the question. It looks like yet to lose an objective other than the Grubs. And the biggest one of them all, the Soul on board, and ThunderTalk a little bit slow to get here. They're going to try and target down YCX, but the Drake is gone. Hung smites it away, and LGD has got some big shields to work with.
Right? That was everybody from LGD trying their absolute best to get that aggressive look forwards, but like you said, those are Mountain Soul shields going to come online, and that's just so much extra health you're now burning through. Realm Warp as well. Going to bring a couple minions over towards the Baron, and this is going to be started up right now for LGD. They've been all over the objectives in this game. Is there anything ThunderTalk can do to stop this one?
They use so many ultimates just trying to escape away, and it's an early burst down. It's taking YCX down to half, and they'll take it down from Kiana. Display has got him, and it's the Rise who takes first blood out of the fight. The chase down is there, still frontline available, and this time they just force them into the canals of the jungle. For Keshi, all they can do is try and run away as LGD jumping on another. They've already got two. YCX taken down to a dangerous amount of HP, but it is just ThunderTalk who have lost everything in this game, and they'll lose their Scion as well.
Damn, I mean, this has just been a real look from ThunderTalk that their macro is off. They've been late to so many of these objectives. Every single time it feels like Junhao is trying desperately to get into the pit to look for a steal and just hasn't been able to do.
And then it's just a chase down.
Oh, hang on, wait, picture in picture. Okay, this is just going to be very aggressive right here from Sasa, and I do not think this is going to work out for him. Nope. Indeed, that is just going to be a kill going on over, and now you're stuck in a 4v5. That should put a dampener on the push coming through during this Baron power play.
Can still go down bot lane and still have a 9,000 gold lead with that Mountain Soul, so you would think the shielding will be enough to get them through this fight. The question is going to be, how much do you have left for ThunderTalk? How much can you try and defend this base? And for LGD, are you looking to end right here? Or is it something where you were just chipping away, okay with a smolder range, going in from Keshi with the ultimate? They will catch YCX. So all of a sudden it's a 5v3, but a launch over the wall catches two, and it's big for LGD.
Because that was a nice engage from Geshi. That was a good start to this play. Now, can you get back away? Flash gonna get away from the charm. Don't know it's gonna matter in the end. No, I mean, the Ahri just does way too much. You just keep walking up and pressing W.
Again, what you trade for, though, will be an inhibitor, surely, as the finish off coming through, and there might even be a better collapse. This is all damage all day. Already used the charm as well, so here's the jump. Trying to hit with the big numbers, and it won't go. It is takedown after takedown, skill shot after skill shot, and LGD put two more in body bags. Inhibitor's already there. A nice little missed ultimate will fly to the side and give the Scion a haircut. The chase down could be there, though, and LGD does not need to overextend. Mid lane, how do you deal with the super minions flooding your base? The sneeze will go over and hit nobody, but it's another inhibitor taken. Double coming into the base, and it feels like
He's
now
been so strong at this point, right? You've got 4 items completed, and it's a couple of the more defensive items, and then that death cap, just the cherry on top. He's going to be ripping through people.
And they're just going to go in. I mean, why not? Supreme display of talent, burst down. They just have the better wallets. Already the 80 carry falls, and they will slice and dice one more down. The Mbessa undefeated. As such, the red side seems here in the Demacia Cup. Scion tries to escape with their life and may just such, but this is game 1 done. LGD will start off the series with a bang.
Absolutely, they do. They're going to look really strong right here versus a ThunderTalk that just couldn't get their feet under them. Proactivity, not quite there. LGD 1, ThunderTalk 0. And going into game 2, personally, right? I have played in some games versus him where my ADC was there, and my ADC is gone. No, you are absolutely right. It isn't that full aggressive look that we were really excited by. There's no real response that you can get here.
Yeah, there has been a swap activated, but the question is, do they have the timing for this one? Because 4K down to 3, you've got the Syndra in place to try and maybe land a stun, and maybe over the wall it could be there for the steal. Here we go.
He steals!
And it is! Stolen away! Junhao does it, and gets out to live to tell that at the end of that dragon fight, or fight that could have been, and now you don't have those tools in case a team fight brews.
Yeah, exactly. You're now losing out onto a couple of big things. Engage right here from Hong. He's looking for a solo kill.
Cyclone activated, and there it is. It is
right now. Keshi just about going to be able to fight to keep that one alive, but it is a hair's breadth away from falling.
I mean, you're going to lose somewhere, right? You can't keep all 5 members everywhere at once, and they just piece you apart. LGD pulling them is already unraveled. They're going to try and pop Rift Herald up towards top, give themselves a little bit of something back. Udyr is here to try and chunk it on down, so is still that 1v2. Health bar down to half. Reinforcements are here. Has the ultimate in the back pocket. Bullet time comes out, and damage is good. But it's not enough to take the kill. All the while, LGD takes something else, and it's your Drake.
Yeah, and I mean, You have to pop the ulti for ulti combo top lane, which isn't going to be the end of the world, but it does just stop you taking that top lane tower. So your Rift Herald, you don't get any kills around the fight for Rift Herald. You don't manage to actually get a full tower with it either. You've also used it top lane rather than mid lane, so it's just a slightly less important tower. Still, now going to be an engaged bot lane. Keshi running for his life.
Yeah, this is a tough one to escape out of, even if you are the Cassante. Gets the flash and escapes on a 5th of the HP. Now the re-engagement is there. Reinforcements have come, and the bot lane of LGD is just not here. The follow-up damage is good. They will blow up one, and they've found their first kill of the game. For ThunderTalk, it's well executed, but again, the push on the other side of the map, they only get the one, and the Udyr just trying to steal away the other. Eventually does get back to safety.
Yeah, just about going to be able to jump away from that one. That's really nice from ThunderTalk. A good punish, but LGD, they just got a little bit too aggressive. Didn't think about the fact that ThunderTalk could rotate more members down into the bottom side of the map. Now, is that going to cost LGD?
It's just such a high health objective that it feels like you always overestimate the time you need, and Seismic Shove is just going to miss just a bit on Haru. It's going to be a stun the other way. Do they have the catch? It's a lot of damage here, and a burst down of YCX down to a 5th. The nice redemption comes on through. Bullet time plus wall is good, and that turret is all but dead. But what does the follow-up fight look like? It's a nice chunk down, but maybe the damage from Udyr might have gone too far. They send in the jungler. It's a 1-for-1 jungler for jungler, but the follow-up damage and gold is just too good. The dive in, Haru is sniped away, and the Udyr is on a tear. Xiaoye had saved a special present for them in the back pocket, and it was a rocket of bullets.
Oh yeah, Tangyuan just making that play happen right there. Really nice seismic shove to get a couple of extra kills, and that's going to be a pullback from LGD towards the Atakan, grab the objective on the back end of that fight. ThunderTalk, they finally do try to get a bit more proactive, as we had been asking for, and so nearly get themselves a kill onto YCX, but the turnaround was massive. The fact you already managed to blow the flash away from Haru, and then you just run them down. Sasa right now on his Udyr has looked so good.
Absolutely. And I mean, as well,
executed, and it allows you to get that final bit of damage as well off onto Keshi. Now, once again, Drake fight coming on up, and this time ThunderTalk have arrived well in time to be able to tangle.
However, the angle is bad because they've got a Wukong ready to kick down the back door like the FBI. In they go. The Udyr is found.
Oh, it's nice.
And so has the Wukong. The clones there, the bullet time over the top. They sandwich them in between their damage. Survivability is there. Still a 5v5. The takedown actually from Hung makes it a 5v4, and it's damage back. All of a sudden, the damage has disappeared. They need to work off of Xiaoye, and the good news is they've got the follow-up from the Udyr. Finally, the Cassante will fall. The Kaisa goes down as well, and in a messy 5v5, we get just 4 deaths.
Yeah, and LGD, it looked like a really good fight for them initially. The flank should have worked out far better than it did in the end, but unfortunately for Hung, he's just not particularly tanky at this point. You spoke about it during draft, right? Not a champion. He doesn't care.
There's a member dead, and it is a mid laner. Haru,
Haru
out of the replay, just gets blown up. I think that's a product of
Baron right now for LGD, and now ThunderTalk trying to step into this, down a member.
No flash on their jungler as well, so ThunderTalk will try and do what they can. Walled off is said jungler. Finally, the shield will come through, but it is just 3v1 gaming, and they've got control of the mid wave as well.
I don't think you can even step up right now. No, you can see Keshi just standing in the way, bodyguarding, body blocking, making sure nobody can even compete for this Baron, and that is going to be another big objective picked up by LGD. They are on Soul Point. They've got Baron, they had Atakan as well, and they are in great position to 2-0 Thunder.
And a level 16 Udyr. I am scared of it if I am ThunderTalk, and unfortunately your poor little Syndra is trapped behind the wall, has to use the flash as the bullet time is traded out.
That's the second time we've seen that exact same play as well, coming out from Tangyuan.
7,000 gold lead with 3 Drakes as well. If they don't close it out here in the Baron push, they've got another Mountain Soul to look forward to on the other side of this fight. They'll send in their Udyr first, and Keshi can do nothing but watch as the second tier turret will fall down. The mid lane inner turret ready to fall as well, and with the damage, one more cannon minion shot should do it.
And this game feels like it should be very much over. A 10,000 gold lead here for LGD. They're going to potentially look to compete for this bot lane tier 3, but it's just going to fall right in their face.
Oh boy, just run at him, why not? The Ood here ready to go with the Storm activated, the Glacier slowing down everybody around him, and an inhibitor takedown as well. Baron 20 seconds to go, diving in, Sasa will try and find the back line, but a bad trade puts them down to a 3rd HP. The healing good from Karma to get them back up to half, and it's a 2 inhibitor take from LGD. The Baron online for 5 more seconds, and it looks like they're just going to reset.
It's going to be a long shot, and it's going to take a lot for Thunder Talk to be able to pull themselves back into this game.
I think one of the toughest things is they don't have Haru's flash, so coming from behind here, this one could get awkward very quickly. The bubble popped around the Ood here. They're going to try go all in. How much can Sasa hold off as the rest of the team tries to burn them down from the brush? A solo from Xiaoye will try and take down the rest of the Drake's HP, while the rest of the team bunkers it down. Mountain Soul gained, a fight for their life, a fight for their series, and the health bars just disappear under the cyclone. Every single player gets involved, and LGD, they don't miss on red side. Undefeated 4-0 on red side in 2 days, and they'll bring their 2nd win to the team's Demacia Cup start.
And there we go. This is what LGD wanted. They wanted to build off of what was a pretty good split 3 of 2025, and now they're looking even stronger right now. Xiaoye, he's stepping up beautifully.
An easy landing spot for that Shockwave, and when you take a look at the opposition on ZSM, not a ton of tanks. I mean, you have some bruisers, obviously, in Ala and Ning, but definitely on the opposite side of the map, looks like nothing will happen in terms of a contest, and maybe just a focus towards clearing out those camps, maybe looking for another invade.
So I would say with having the bot lane range advantage, the Lulu into the Alistar, that should net you the prio to get the first Drake.
Utilized for just the heal and the ghost for Starry and Moham. Really nice trade in the 2v2.
Yes. Starry really knowing the power of that Gravitum gun, slowing them down like crazy, almost as if he has
look
the
for another one. They know
mallet. They
no
might
flash
even
for
want to dive.
to use the barrier, but it's not enough. First blood going into the hands of Starry on the Aphelios, and on the top side of the map, we see a World Ender being burned by Ning as these junglers are going at it as well. Second proc of the Cyclone just used to clear out some of the Krugs, but now Rio has to be careful because Ala is coming over, has a hook shot in.
Then they're going to absolutely have some problems come knocking on their door later this match.
The scaling for OMG certainly is there. Zehen, Orianna, alongside that Aphelios, of course, can pack a punch against a lot of the squishies that ZSM, again, have on their team. Very curious to see how those 5v5s do end up unfolding, but it is an equalization of the Dragon counter with Rayo picking that up, and now they're looking for a dive on the bottom lane towards Fofo. Moham has the Unbreakable Will, going to use it immediately as he jumps in, and it's all too easy in the bottom lane. Rayo picks it up, nice shockwave from Haichao as well, and it's 2-1 OMG.
And Syndra is just cooked there. It's really difficult to play those kind of situations out against a good Alistar there. You notice Moham with the pump fake, with the hesitation, not immediately committing the headbutt pulverize or even just the headbutt into Fofo there because he knows with that scatter the weak. This is really bad news for Syndra to lose both of the outer towers. It just means that she has not much safety here in these side lanes. That is a big weakness of the Syndra. You don't have an escape tool. You don't have phase rush. You're just a sitting duck now in those side lanes. Champs like Wukong, champs like some tools to get through him. I mean, frankly, if Starry can just tap him for 2 seconds straight, he will die, but it's easier said than done. He can go from no HP to full in no time. So here we go.
Look at an engage being started up here by Rayo. They have Haichao on the flank, has the shockwave in tow. When will they utilize the ultimate? Instead, it's ZSM collapsing on the OMG mid laner. Shockwave only finds a Lulu, and it's all to shut him down. Moham pops the Unbreakable Will. They have red and blue guns here for Starry, and he's flashing forward to get a double kill, but he's immediately taken down by Fofo, who still has the Unleashed power in his toe. Rayo picks one kill back up as finally the Zehen has arrived to the party, and we get a 2v2 on the top side of the map into the alcove. ZSM goes, Fofo taken very low, charge forward here, but it's matched by the hook shot. Harry takes down one, but now Rayo is in trouble as Ala is now running away in a 1v2. Should be a quick turnaround here for Harry. He still has his flash and knock-up not going to be utilized.
Play,
and
but, you know, I think Fofo wasn't a big fan of it, and maybe Starry could chill a little bit. All things considered, it is favorable for OMG. We're going to want to see Aatrox have a better fight if ZSM is able to keep up with them.
Yeah,
Some ways in, you know, especially with their gold lead, with their item leads, you know, they're going to be able to control this area. But as any recent League of Legends viewer knows, if there's one way to completely throw a game, it is the Otacon.
Oh, whoa, that blind for Moham just... Oh, look what I found. I found a Lulu. Hex flashes over the wall, knocks Southwind back into the enemy team, and that's a 4th kill picked up for Starry. And now the Otacon can become the topic of conversation, as it's already been started up by Rayo.
And that's going to complicate things severely for ZSM, not having their Lulu to help their carries survive, to help them play this fight out. And at this point, you just got to concede it or give it away. Aatrox might try to smite it, but I'm not liking his odds here.
He's had a couple of steals. Can he do it again? Shockwave, though, finds 2, combined with a knockup from Moham. And Fofo's already down alongside Ning. The Otacon getting secured by OMG. And LWX now has to run for the hills. A double kill picked up for the Ophelio.
Can perhaps use as an advantage or a way in. And it's the fact that this Aphelios has pretty much no survivability at all. No barrier. You know, no shield bow, no Lulu, no nothing. His Alistar has healed. That's it. And guess what?
Great teams. How you can close things out after you have some sort of lead. Again, we've seen many situations in the LPL where Starry is able to get really far ahead, but the team is unable to close things out. I remember, I think it was a game against like BLG or something in the start of Split 2. Starry was playing Jinx. He ended up being like 10-1, and they ended up still losing the game. Hopefully not a similar situation this time around, as he has been very, very far ahead at this point in the game. 3 items already, or his 3rd item, I should say, into the works. 6-1-1, almost 3,000 gold ahead of his opposition as the 3rd dragon has been secured. And now OMG maybe looking for a play. Pull does not land onto Southwind, but still be in some danger with all around the area. Looks like not going to be the case. And LWX has to flash away.
Yeah. We know what happens. Red, white, start the fight. Aphelios has the guns. This Baron is not long for the world if OMG has anything to say about it.
Of the week.
Ning, no flash to
Oh, they
steal.
found the Aphelios, but in goes Rayo with a 2-man Cyclone to try and re-engage. Moham already goes down, but it's Harry to pick up one, and it's Starry to clean up the rest of the fight. The ultimate comes down here for Harry. They are able to take Alla down. It's 3-for-1 in favor of OMG, and they'll go right back to the Baron Nashor in his nice mittens and take him down.
And that's going to spell disaster for ZSM here. You know, with bringing that point up of Fofo being the only way to one-shot Starry, that being sort of their last sort of wave.
As some of the finishing touches of game number 1 going to be started here by OMG.
We can only wonder how that fight may have looked if LWX had his flash, and we're going to wonder the same thing
Moham
again.
He's just been a wizard this game on the Alistar, taking LWX down for the 4th time this game. Hex Flash is his best friend in this game number 1. As without an AD carry, it will be much more difficult for ZSM to try and save this game 1. Harry fighting a 2v1 at this point, but he's going to be joined by the side of Haichao. Both forced to use that ultimate as attention will be now drawn to this mid lane wave.
Yeah,
LWX
LWX
able
just
to
not
shut
having
down Rayo.
any way to survive.
And now here comes
their long
all with the hook shot combined with the wild growth, but they're unable to find a knockup. Seattle of the week lands onto Harry, but with that determination stacking up, would be risky to go for a full engage onto the Zehen. And so all that depth is going to do is delay this game, drag it out a little bit more, but OMG still in firm control.
No smite to claim the soul, so if you're ZSM, it's green light, it's all forces ahead. You must slay this dragon by any means necessary, and let's see if OMG even wants to try to stop them. It appears not.
So a small win here.
That's on Rayo, if you ask me.
For ZSM, yeah, Rayo getting caught, maybe going a little bit too far forward in that fight around the bottom inhibitor.
No flash, and it looks like Syndra's is coming up slightly beforehand. He is building his way towards a huge power spike of the 4-core being the death cap coming in for Syndra. If he's able to make it there, especially with this Baron buff falling off now, I would say that, believe it or not, Grapes, I think ZSM have a very real fighting chance now. I really think that was a huge blunder from Rayo. You know what I mean? That soul was a big deal, man. They weren't able to claim it. There's 4 more minutes on the clock now for ZSM, and 4 minutes is an eternity in competitive League of Legends.
I appreciate you shilling a little bit, but still going to be, I think, pretty difficult for ZSM to close this out. Full combo utilized onto Harry, but he's able to heal it, bangs back up, and now LWX has to flash away from the initial engage from Areo after the inhibitor tower was taken down. Ning dashing it with the World Ender, but he just gets deleted by Starry. An easy 100-0, makes it a 1-0 already. A knockup goes in, and Fofo is down for the count. The Moonlight Vigil finishes off 3 kills for the Aphelios, and it's a 5-0 ace for OMG. Welcome back to the LPL. They pick up their first win of the Demacia Cup.
And just out of the blue, OMG aces.
Up in the top lane for Harry. Obviously a lot of experience for that guy on this pick, as we got a very LPL draft here for this second game. I feel like they're all
from last game, and frankly speaking, I don't think the draft has anything to do with it.
Oh, what a charm! On to Fofo. He uses the seismic shove to get this Ahri away, but Haichao still hunting, still looking. Ning jumps over, but it's still going to be first blood picked up for Rayo. But it will be Ning to answer it back. So a 1-for-1 overall in the mid lane.
You know, honestly, a respectable flash from Fofo there. It looked like he was completely dead, completely down and out. But nope, he flashes up to his jungler with a sliver of HP, leading to
skirmishing, and Rayo able to execute Ning with the Comet Spear. I feel like this is a composition that if ZSM got ahead early on, they'd be feeling very good. But still, it is an early game-ish composition that OMG have set up for themselves, specifically with the Ahri and the Pantheon in the mid-jungle. That was what was able to win out there. And now we see Harry face-checking a bush, going to get knocked up by that decimating smash as the bot lane for ZSM rotates up at a perfect time. Perfect execution comes through, but enough damage will be there. One more auto. It's actually the double up from LWX. Will take him down. And it's on the other side of the map. We saw Fofo get ganked by Rayo again.
You know, Graves, I can't say I've seen something quite like that before. I mean, that is low-key what Sion is renowned for, is cheesing in the bush, Bowsen style. But, geez, that was a covert operation. I think they snuck Misfortune and Sion into that deepest bush there. And if you're Harry, there's no way you're anticipating that. So, honestly, big-time respect to ZSM.
He's going to do it again. No, not a smite this time, but the dragon is secured. This by OMG. And Rayo has a lot of health at level 6, but still going to get knocked up by the decimating smash. Not for taking down Ning, though. And he's able to block a lot of damage for finally getting shut down by Fofo. So a 1-for-1, but OMG get the dragon. Hook in here from our challenger mid laner. A little extra tech that we might have discovered. We'll see if Fofo ends up using that.
He's definitely got it available. He just hasn't learned it Zhao Lao Ban style. So let's see how Fofo does this.
You see the grub started up by OMG. They've already gotten the first one, but a hook lands from Southwind, and a 2-man seismic shove from Fofo himself is going to result in Moham taking a lot of damage and eventually get taken down by Ning. In goes the second proc throw of the pack, and that's going to be a burned down Pantheon. Rayo is down, and it's 2 kills for your streamer team.
That's just the nature of the champ, and you know, Fofo there with the happy feet. Well clicked by him.
Getting caught out as well. Grand Starfall here for Rayo, but he's over the wall. Going to find a tough time to jump in until he finally is able to do so on LWX, who is able to use the cleanse to get away. Nice charm coming out from Haichao means that it will be Southwind going down first in this skirmish, but now the Ahri is in some danger, and there comes that Weaver's Wall from Fofo to try to do some extra damage here onto OMG's carries. Rayo still very big on the front line, though. Is able to take the Talia down. 2-man knockup from Ala, but there's not enough damage at this point in the game for ZSM. Dashing forward, it's going to be Rayo, and it will be another kill, a double kill picked up for the Ahri.
You know, isn't actually in the LPL, and Haichao is showing them why. You know, going to be the first tower here as well, and that's going to be the feat of strength.
Haichao's giving him the works this series, having a really good time across these 2 games, specifically in the laning phase. A good sign for young mid laner that definitely has shown flashes, but we definitely want to see some more consistency out of. in 2026. You see an unstoppable onslaught come forward from Ala as ZSM want to begin a fight in the mid lane, and they got all 5 of their members here. Seismic shove lands on a Moham, but it's a trade 1-for-1 as Ala will fall. And here come the reinforcements. Haichao with another charm, this time finding the Nautilus, and a whole collapse will ensue underneath the mid lane tier 1. Grand Starfall will come out to try to finish the job as only Fofo is left standing, but it will not be Rayo finishing it just yet. Instead, they'll turn their attention to this mid lane tier 1 charm from Haichao does go wide, and it will be the Rift Herald being used to break open the tower in the mid lane and give a little bit of a boost for Rayo to try to lock down Fofo, but he will not be able to do so. With OMG, a great game so far, and especially with the help of Rayo, who once again is unfearing in terms of going for engages, finding another stun on the Southwind and taking him down. Haichao dashing into melee range of 3 members of ZSM and not caring a single bit. 2 more kills into the hands of OMG, and another charm lands from who else but Haichao.
It seems like they're just in a league of their own, you know, these LPL teams, and that, you know, these streamer teams don't really have what it takes to keep up.
I mean, again, a lot of legends in the Chinese League of Legends space on ZSM, and you don't want to discount any of that, but there's just an extra level of gameplay that's unlocked for these LPL teams. Despite maybe the name recognition not being there, some players making some of their debuts, the practice that they have had in the offseason seemingly paying off, at least at this point. Moham going to be able to survive at least for now as he stands beside Harry. Gets knocked up by the depth charge, but will be able to survive with that redemption. Even Moham getting caught out is not mattering at this point. That's how far ahead OMG is, and it looks like they want to continue the aggression, continue the assault. The Grand Starfall goes forward, and LWX is very, very dead. Will go down once more, as it looks like continued assault will continue here for Team OMG. Haichao with the Spirit Rush not able to find any more, and they'll turn their sights to the tier 2 in mid.
Yeah, you know, and I was going to come up with a few ways for ZSM to miraculously win this game. You know, you've got the Otacon coming up. You've got, you know, because one could contend that ZSM is one of their easier matchups, you know, with it being the first on the board for them as well. Makes total sense to feel great. Will they continue to do so as they continue to encroach this territory, continue to just own the Rift here?
Look at Harry just face tanking everyone. Public execution says it is no time for bullet time. LWX gets canceled. He will get taken down as well. 4 kills for nothing. Make it an ace, actually, as Ala also went down for OMG. And you got to be thinking, OMG, they're looking dangerous right now in the Demacia Cup group stage.
And it is cat despair for...
And they're looking like they're about to run away with a 2-0 to open up their play in this group stage.
Absolutely, Graves. Haichao with the Knight cosplay with the 22 stack book. And again, 1 Grand Starfall, 1 kill. Make it more than 1. Every time he presses this button, ZSM is just going down. And it looks like they're trying to do their best to put up a fight here, but come on, is this guy gonna die?
Not gonna happen. Here goes Harry into the back line once more. Fofo has to flash underneath his own tier 2, and Ala has already gone down. The snipe from Starry downtown, able to pick up that kill, and now he's flashing under the inhibitor tower before the tier 2 even has gone down.
That way.
The barrier gonna keep him alive before the minions ultimately do the deed, but it's still gonna be another 4 kills picked up for OMG as they're playing with their food at this point.
Absolute Giga Chad Starry behind enemy lines, shooting him in the back and literally running into the enemy fountain on stage. You could not ask for more killer instinct from your AD carry. You love to see it. The Ari gets the local gold from the tier 2 tower. This guy could not be richer. We got Elon Musk on the Rift. So rich with the Knight cosplay right now. Oh man, they're just dropping like flies.
It just never stops. I mean, if you're ZSM, you got to try to stop this soul, but that was not the way to do so. Not just one at a time, one after another, as Rayo snipes down Ning for a double kill, and they're going to look to continue the fight. Now it's a 3v3. Now they're on even ground in terms of numbers, and definitely more in terms of gold. Over the wall Rayo goes, as this new jungler for OMG, fearless in his debut. It's another 4 kills, this is another fight win, and this might just be the end of the game and the end of the series.
Yeah, back to the drawing board for ZSM here. You know, it looked like they really had something in those first 10 minutes, but one mistake, one blunder, and that's all OMG needed to run away with this game. The resets on the Ari, the resets on the Pantheon, killing the low health targets with the Sundered Sky, you know, the Varus beaming them from over top, the Ambessa diving the backline. This composition is fully online, and my boy Moham has 26 assists. I think we're about to make it 27.
Stacking them up. As Ala went for some miracle play of some sort. But whatever miracle that ZSM has been praying for will not be answered today. They'll get one more crack at it against Thunder Talk later on in the week. But it has not been a great showing for our first streamer team. Speaking of, if you want to stay tuned for our third and final series of the day, you will see our second streamer team, FRK, play up against LNG in another best of 3. Me and Foles will be on that one as well, as we'll start to look ahead for the remainder of this tournament, the remainder of this season for OMG. To hold that thought, though, as it seems like every time Rayo has his Grand Starfall, he's pressing the button, he's looking for some kill, and frankly, at this point, why wouldn't you? You are so far ahead, going for another flash stun onto Ning, and he's going to take the former world champion down 1v1, all too easy here for the Rook.
I tell you, Grapes, that might just be the story of this series. We got 5 players who care very much and still do want that World Championship trophy. They want to win Worlds. Whereas ZSM, they've been there, they've done that. They're the retirement home now. This is a new era, a new dawn for the LPL. And OMG is showing them exactly who they are and what they are made of.
It's another clean ace. Don't have to really call all of it out because I said it about 5 times in a row at this point. Just be redundant. OMG, 38 kills in 26 minutes. And they're going to send ZSM back to bed as the Grandpas will have to wait for their final series of the group stage for another day. It's a 2-0. It's a domination for OMG as they open up their Demacia Cup showing with a bang.
And Cadril would be
on the other side for FRK. They've got a lot of scaling, specifically in those carry positions. You have Rise, who's going to be able to side lane really well, and Smolder, that will scale very nicely.
Bonks have what it takes, or if the new ones on the block are going to show them who they are.
Adam, have you been watching the Paris tournament? I mean, we gotta chill on that. I think, hold on, what the hell's happening here? Croco just tried to invade and is just gonna die for it. You get the Raptors, but at what cost?
That quick mid-jungle telepathy synergy, and tell Bulldog, you know, just a quick few comments in Korean to keep him up to speed with the comms. And, you know, I think it might be some secret tech here to get language, man. I mean, how does Hacker not make it into the Realm Warp? I could see that happening, you know, if there was a Chinese jungler and a Korean mid laner, but there's no excuses for something like that. We see this dive in the bot lane.
He hooked Smalls right out of the air and takes the flashless Smolder down. 1xN now looking for a second kill as well, and the Yunara is off to the races for LNG.
And that's going to be a really good start to the game here for LNG. Again, the kills on the scoreboard might deceive you because whatever the heck Croco's been cooking, he is for sure ahead in the jungle regardless of that one death.
Oh my
You're
goodness.
looking at it on your screen, and 4K, man.
Revenge.
That's the feat of warfare right there.
Served
regardless of if you're in combat or not, you can just level up the Weaver's Wall and use it at any time. So just keep your eyes on Bulldog and that ultimate goodbye SMLZ.
Look at the timing right there. 1xN and missing. Definitely going for the picking up veterans approach, and it looks like, at least for now against FRK, that strategy is working as they have burned Hacker's initial proc of the Cyclone. In comes Bulldog with the Weaver's Wall as well. This is a very dead Wukong, and Bulldog will pick up his first kill of the game. But in 2025, obviously, that whole DN Freaks roster really didn't end up having too much to offer, but now on a new organization, we're going to see if he has what it takes as the second dragon of the game gets secured by his jungler, Croco.
Yeah, exactly that, you know.
Not the most effective usage of that Realm Warp right there, as Hacker also was not able to get into a position, again, to issue and engage onto Bulldog. Croco stealing away the red buff again, and Hacker's going to be in for a rough surprise once more. This guy has been unrelenting with the aggression. He pops the World Ender. The Q3 not going to hit Hacker, but the Umbral Trains will, and he knocks him down with the second proc of the Q. And now Cryin is next to follow, going to be in severe danger with Sheer running to try to chase him down as well. The flash hook is flashed away from, and it looks like FRK will survive with only one of their members going down.
There's one thing I know about Korean solo queue, about Chinese solo queue. If this Wukong right now, you are spamming the FF button. As soon as the clock hits 15, you want out, man. So let's see if there's any way for them to change their minds about this. He doesn't even get over the wall with the flash. Fearness is depressed right now. Cat despair.
And I feel like this is the highs and lows of a player like Kroko, right? You saw in that first game that they played against Ultra Prime. Not gonna lie, he inted a little bit. Had 8 deaths at the end of the game, but you can see he's very, very aggressive with the plays that he wants to make. Ends up working out this time. Bulldog might be in some trouble here as Smalls will flash forward to land the final conclusive blows. And finally, FRK do get back on the board. But it comes at the cost of mid lane getting shoved underneath here, and Cryan will be in some danger after this tier 1 falls to 1xN.
Yeah, as Bulldog there, you're not really shouting worth, but you're feeling pretty all right about dying there because you know for a fact that FRK is over-indexing into killing you there. This low-key not even worth it for them, so we're going to see LNG chase them out here, maybe even claim some lives. Let's see how the rest of this play unfolds here. But yeah, as Bulldog, you take that. You know what I mean? They focus you down. It is what it is.
Looking for another fight. LNG continuing the pressure here in the enemy jungle. They're sending a teleport in from Bulldog as well, but Missing has been taken very low on HP. If he goes back in, it will be a one-way trip, but he looks like he does so onto Smalls, pops the exhaust onto the Smolder as well, and setting things up for his jungler. Kroko with the Q3, able to take the Smolder down, and that's a second kill, and soon to be all 4 picked up here for LNG. FRK knew exactly where their opposition. The way things are looking right now, definitely good vibes coming out. I think that's the most important thing. Feeling confident going into the season.
Yeah, I mean LNG definitely bringing out the good vibes in this one, completely stomping and smurfing on FRK here, looking really promising. Frankly speaking, you know, we want to see FRK putting up more of a fight in this series, man. I swear these streamer teams have more to offer. They got more in the tank. They just gotta put more pedal to the metal, man. It's really fun to watch. You know, let's see. You know, if FRK can maybe come up with something better next game. You know, it looks like we're gonna have a Flame Horizon in the jungle this game, so that's typically not what you want, Grapes.
Double knockup with the Herald, and then finds a double knockup with the Depth Charge as well, but he might have bit off a little bit more than he could chew. Redemption
or did he?
Alive for a little bit, and Hacker will come in with the cycle, and eventually Missing will drop, but the wait has ended. Sheer has arrived with the teleport, but it's going to come before 1xN ends up going down. The Zehen dashing forward, the Aatrox as well as Kroko looking to finish off Hacker as well. Bulldog with the Weaver's Wall ends up closing the gap, and Cryan forced to flash away, and will get away from that final threaded volley, and dish out enough damage to at least send Bulldog back, but Sheer has other ideas. A double kill for the Zehen, and Wink is now on the run as the last remaining survivor here in the team fight for FRK, and he won't be that for long as Bulldog looks to finish the deal. It's a 3rd kill for the Talia, another one team fight for LNG.
Just taking them out for a walk with their stroller, you know, taking them to the cafeteria at the retirement home, at the unction, playing some bingo, you know. Looks like Gramps is not quite gonna be able to be the star he once was here for Cryan, for Hacker, for Fearness, for Wink, for SMLZ.
Yeah, not looking great, especially with the Otacon
just catch him sleeping, man.
Quick reactions, and it's gonna cost Cryan his TP as he has to head up to the top lane to try to answer for Sheer. And as soon as that happens, in comes Kroko to try to finish off Smalls. Sheer dashes in as well with a beautiful flank to get himself a double kill. And LNG continue to stack points upon points upon points on that scoreboard. It's going to be another kill as Wink will drop. Kroko gets himself another kill, and it's 18-5.
Yeah, you know, I was going to ask you earlier, would you take the over or the under on the Flame Horizon in the jungle? Is the Aatrox going to have the 100 CS lead? Not even close, man. He's going to have way more than that, man. This Wukong, he's lucky to even have a level 2 ultimate right now. I'm going to be completely honest with you, man. I'm pretty sure Kroko has a full item in his shop right now, too, as soon as he wants to go purchase it. So it's chopped,
a little bit of a higher performance in the future.
Cassante TPing in.
Oh, Smalls just gets completely flanked out by Missing. He's forced to run to the defense of the rest of his team. And we have ourselves a bit of a 5v4 setup, but look at Sheer. An immediate ultimate forward, and Smalls will get taken down with Bulldog getting a double kill on the backside of things as well. It's a double now here for the Zahen. Fearness not even going to be able to get 1xN as he finishes off the ace, and Baron not necessary as it hasn't even spawned LNG into the base to take game 1.
We have a speed run here from LNG, the first team between these two head-to-head to destroy a Nexus in the Demacia Cup, and in a very handed fashion at that. Krako must have had 5K.
Why not? Just throw it all out on the table. You got a split-pushing top laner on his specialty, the champion that he one-tricks off in solo queue. Got discovered. In a matchup that should be considered advantageous. You see Cryin landing that shockwave on a Bulldog, but Bulldog with a nice scatter prevents any sort of re-engage and allows for Krako to head down towards the bottom side and take this first dragon for LNG.
Again, the mid jungle from LNG doing their thing, simply just outperforming once again Bulldog. Yeah, extremely fascinating map movements here from LNG, just immediately deploying the Ezreal Bard into the top lane here. I'm curious to see if they try and use the Fog of War to their advantage here and portal in. This could totally catch Fearness off guard and be exactly what they need to shut this Fjord down.
Ooh, Sheer tried to bait Fearness into dashing in with the Grand Challenge, but instead it will be the Magical Journey issued by 1xN and Missing, the Tempered Fate as well to slow him down, and Fearness should be all but toast as First Blood is finally
have that early game snowball I was talking about. That's going to be a big deal come mid game. Unless
Fearness trying to get some revenge here on the 1xN, but it looks like could be to the rescue is Krako. Hacker goes in with the paranoia, but a perfect flash away from 1xN is going to save the Ezreal's life. Krako pops the Crescent Guard. He's able to get the kill on a Fearness and knock up Hacker and flash away to safety. Missing that.
Doing maximum damage as Nocturne. And I'm pretty sure he could have killed that guy if he pressed QR instead of RQ. You know, I'm not going to claim to be, you know, the Nocturne god or anything. But you got to kill that Ezreal there. If he slips away, I mean, that just makes a...
Have we seen the Nocturne Orianna combo used once so far in this
point,
game?
man.
We're at the 14-minute mark. Haven't seen those two ultimates being used in conjunction just yet. We might get our wishes soon, though, as a fight has opened up. The paranoia already has been issued, and Cryin is nowhere in sight. Crescent Guard, combined with the healing from Krako, is keeping himself alive for such a long time. He's going to dash forward again and nearly take down the Nocturne before finally getting shut down by a Hacker. Small dashes in, gets one on the Missing, and it looks like LNG go a little bit too close to the sun. They drop 2 kills after going for a very aggressive invade.
Well, it wasn't quite the patented Agarin, Nocturne, Orianna surprise out of nowhere one-shot combo, but they did both press R and it did work out. So let's see if that might give them a chance to get the Feat of Warfare here. It's actually a big deal, and I might have just jinxed it.
Oh, nicely done by Sheer, waiting for that flash to be, or sorry, waiting for that Valkyrie to be issued. I mean, this guy was playing maybe a decade ago at this point.
Yeah.
In the LPL.
He's the oldest guy in this game. Pretty sure he's like double the age of Sheer, if Sheer's real age, you know. Not to be a conspiracy theorist or anything, but, you know, anyway, besides the point, I mean, we got to see SMLZ step it up and, you know, click a little better, click a little faster maybe, you know, just show us what
our native ADCs in the LPL, Starry, 1xN. Doing it against some legends in LWX and Smalls here. There's finally that Nocturne Orianna combo. We got one, and it's going to take Bulldog down. Nicely done by FRK. What will the response be on the other side, though? Cosmic Binding from Missing does not connect. Quickness is flashed away from it. A nice Tempered Fate from the Bard will make sure that there is no more retaliation and store. But FRK do get their combo. They get the enemy mid laner. And could have maybe turned their sights towards the Herald. Wink threw a bit of a gleaming quill at it, but will end up backing away. And now Krako will be the one to start the objective.
They finally read the instructions, the formula, the blueprint. Just press R and press it twice, and they pressed it well, and that's exactly what I'm saying. If you pick the Syndra, you are just so vulnerable. There's just nothing you can do there.
Bulldog not going to be here, but looks like Sheer will be. Missing already taken down, though, as Fearness is now issuing that grand challenge onto 1xN. But Sheer, very tanky now in this front line, going to use that unstoppable onslaught and tank up a boatload of damage from FRK and make sure only that 1 kill goes over.
Yeah, and you know what? It's just the kind of thing where the gold lead might not paint the full picture here because, again, Fiora just being so effective into the Scion.
Oh,
you know,
scatter!
being down a little bit of gold's no
Beautifully
problem,
executed.
but that's the problem.
1xN with the true shot
And
barrage.
blasted. So hopefully Small is going to be able to keep that middle column of the KDA at 2, man, because I don't know, man. I really want to see this guy step it up. He's the Unk. He's the Chinese double lift in this series, and come on, he's got to have more.
Try again.
than that.
Dragon going to be secured by Kroko. That sole point for LNG, and Hacker will go down. They tried the Nocturne combo this time with little results. 1xN gets one, Bulldog gets the other, and it's 2 kills and the Drake for LNG.
Yeah, that does not quite look right. You know, you're supposed to hit the carries, man. I don't know what the heck that Nocturne Ori combo was, man, but that was boosted. That was reportable, man. Bulldog literally took 0 damage, man. Come on, man. You guys got to do better than that.
For LNG. A lot of it right now is 1xN, right? Take a look at his gold. 2 items, 2.5 items, nearly having the completed Manamune as well. 2.7k. Ahead of his opposition. And that's only going to continue to grow as he gets some of that shared gold for the mid-tier 1 also dropping.
Yeah, you know what? I was taking a look at the gold advantages here for LNG, and I saw that glaring difference in the bot lane. And I was trying to come up with some kind of a scheme where FRK might be able to come out on top and, you know, kind of a fight like this. And I was thinking maybe they could target Bulldog once again with the Ori Nocturne combo, just given he has no flash. Problem is, it's coming up any second now. And he's got the Seeker's arm guard, so there's just no good targets here. How can you play?
And the Otacon's already been started up by LNG. You said that FRK maybe want to fight this, but they are maybe going to be in some trouble. There's that Nocturne only onto the Ezreal, and he does not even take half of his health. It's already going to be the Otacon secured and Hacker taken down, and a really nice Tempered Fate from Missing will continue the fight and continue the win for LNG. 3 more kills into their back pocket. Fearness doesn't
How
even take...
clean they can be in terms of sealing this deal and finishing this game off. They do tend to have checkmate here as far as I can see.
We're going to get another fight and actually a catch out as Bulldog will get shut down as the Nocturne combo from Hacker and Cryin does work this time. But a 3-man Tempered Fate, the True Shot Barrage over the top. Oh, they just set him up to knock him down like bowling pins. 1xN's got a triple kill. He's looking for the quad on a Wink as well, but he flashes away. And it will be Kroko to seal the deal instead. 4 dead in the bottom lane for FRK as LNG once again come out swinging.
I mean, that was just pure art right there. I could not have put it better myself. The missing Bard ult is completely set up 1xN to just knock them over like bowling pins. That was just beautiful right there. That is exactly the type of combination you want to see from your bot laners there. And now this Ezreal is a force to be reckoned with. A 1k bounty to his name. And I am not too optimistic that FRK have any hope in hell of claiming that bounty.
Yeah, I don't have any hope that Fearness is going to live through this one either. As here comes Missing once again. Grand Challenge issue, not even a single vital proct. As he will go down for the 3rd time this game without picking up a single kill. Baron not even available, but they're still towards the top side of the map. And it will be enough to take Missing down again with that Nocturne combo. Scatter the Weak does land onto 2. Sheer frontlining to his damnedest. He flashes forward, lands the decimating smash, and Cryin will drop once more. Bulldog getting back on the board. It's 15-6 in favor of LNG.
I mean, you do got to admire the gusto going for the Orianna flank TP, but that's just not quite it. I mean, you slayed the bar.
Tried to go for the flank,
SMLZ is
but he was getting flanked himself by 1xN. It's another kill going over. Kroko going to close things out in a 1v2 of his own. The Crescent Guard will take down a Wink, and only Hacker remains for now.
Yeah, and we're going to be seeing a lot of gray screens for FRK this game. And gosh, I mean, I was hoping they subbed in a new player. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like they did. But I mean, gosh, by the time they play their next series, I would think they might have to change something up, man. These streamer teams, as much as they look good on paper, I guess they just don't have as much synergy, as much practice, nor as much current experience.
That's have the upper edge time and time again. As LNG make their way towards the Baron, they should be able to take this one down. Now we'll see if there's any retaliation after the fact. There's only 2 members actually on it. It's Kroko and 1xN, but that seems to be enough for the rest of the team to go for an engage of their own. The Unstoppable Onslaught will cut Cryin off for the rest of his team, and Missing will be able to land the final blow. Croco, his first kill of the game as everyone's getting involved now for LNG.
Yep, and I tell you, Grapes, this should be the final march. Not only do they have the Chemtech Soul, they've got the Baron as well. And I tell you, this Ezreal's inventory is not balanced because once you get the Shojin, that's an extremely big power spike. But the Shojin and the Last Whisper, I promise you, this Ezreal is going to be doing some ridiculous amounts of damage at an insanely high speed. And I mean, look around, man. There's just nothing to be found here.
He's not doing damage to champions the rest of the game because the game's going to be over. Croco and Missing are 2v5ing around the bottom lane and winning at that.
And
Croco gets himself a triple kill before the rest of the game ends. Utter domination for LNG. They win the series 2-0 and advance to 2-0 in the group.